With the NBA trade deadline finally in the books, there's a little bit of anxiety and some uncertainty with how my team is actually going to show up and play on court. On paper, my squad looks pretty solid across the boards. I think I'm pretty happy with how things turned out overall as far as my starters go, and with the couple of roster moves I made for my bench players. I think my bench is a little bit stronger now, but we'll see how it goes. This was my first true test going up against the Brooklyn Nets at home. And coming into this game, I really had no idea what to expect at all. But before we get into it any further, just want to let everybody know that we are officially back on the sticks. It's your boy C23, and you are now watching episode 12 of my NBA 2K14 My GM series with the Los Angeles Lakers, obviously. So now let's go on ahead and get into it. So I start the game out down 2-0, got the ball, Kobe at the top of the key, and he decides to give it up to Conley. Conley takes the rock and tries to get into the offense, but instead wants to size up D. Will. So he drives in, finds a little space and pulls up for the fadeaway, but it's challenged and it's no good. Back on defense, D. Will has the rock, tries to dribble in, but gets it deflected, but then recovers and kicks it over to Johnson, who knocks down the wide open three. So moving ahead a bit to about the 5:14 mark, Kobe decides to go to work on Johnson, and you know he has to get that post work. You already know, that's just money in the bag. So how does Johnson reply to getting scored on? By forcing some garbage over Sanders and Aldridge. Just not happening. So after the fourth shot, we outlet to Conley, and Kobe streaking all by himself, so he just pulls that. That might as well have been a layup for Kobe. That's just too easy. So we're up 10-8. D. Will gets walled off in the paint. Will kicks it to Pierce. Pierce goes triple threat, kicks it to Karolinko. Karolinko kicks it to a wide open Garnett, who gets an easy uncontested layup. Let's go, defense. That effort will not get it done. Next possession, Johnson is trying to post up Kobe. What is he doing? He tries to give Kobe that fadeaway work? Are you serious? Will somebody please hit Johnson on Twitter and remind him that he's not Kobe? Those fadeaways don't drop the way that they do for Kobe. It just doesn't happen. And trust me, I do understand the temptation. You can only hope to emulate him, but the Mamba has been doing this for way longer than you, Joe Johnson, so don't even try it. And are they really giving Conley an open lane like that? We'll take it. So we're back up 12-10. 3:24 to go, and I cannot keep up with Williams at all. He goes right by me. A horrible defensive possession on my part. I just could not get past him. Anyway, Kobe gets the rock at the top of the key. He decides he wants to attack, and wow. Wow. He blows the layup. That is not something you'll see too often, folks. Kobe is usually a guarantee anywhere close to the rim. But now we need to get a defensive stop here. We're tied 12 with 2:52 to go. Johnson's at the top of the key trying to run the offense, and he stops and pulls a three. Wow, and just knocks it down. All right, sagged a little bit too far off him on defense. It's all right, though. But Kobe what? Again? He goes up with the layup and gets completely rejected. So let me see if lightning can strike a third time in the same play. What? Another blown layup. Okay, they're not letting this happen 4 times in a row. Kobe goes strong, gets the bucket and the foul. About dang time. That's just ridiculous. How did they make him miss 3 layups in a row? Seriously, this is Kobe Bryant we're talking about. And I know one of them was a rejection, but it still counts as a miss. I don't get it. Come on, 2K. So moving things to the second quarter, we're down big. I find Conley wide open behind the arc, and he drains it. So we're within 10. We definitely needed that shot to stop the bleeding because it could have gotten really ugly. Back on defense, a shot by Joe Johnson is no good. Kobe with the board, outlets it to Klay. Klay's first shot as a Los Angeles Lakers, a 3-point bomb in transition. Welcome to Los Angeles, Klay. That's exactly why we brought him in, so we can knock down those open threes. And speaking of open threes, Joe Johnson thought he had one, but Kobe slid off the man he was guarding just in time to challenge the shot by Joe Johnson. Unfortunately, no one played defense on the inbound pass. That was a wide open shot. So Brooklyn has a 34-27 lead. Livingston tries to drive in on Klay, dumps it down to Garnett. Garnett pump fakes and goes up. The shot is no good, so we're off to the races. Coming up in transition, handing the ball off to Klay. Klay drives in, going up strong, gets the shot and the foul. Garnett could do nothing but hack Klay on the way up. We'll take it. Too bad the free throw's no good though. I really need to practice on Klay's release if I'm going to be shooting free throws with him. Believe it or not, that was my first free throw ever attempted with Klay. But anyway, we're back on defense, and the computer's doing that ridiculous thing where it just stays in one spot and dribbles. But Williams decides to come and get it and then attacks the lane strong, goes up on Conley, gets the shot to go and the foul. So D. Will gets to shoot one at the line. Free throws away, and of course it drops. They rarely miss free throws anyway. So down 10, I cross D-Will and decide to take what the defense gives me. I pull up and bury the mid-range jump shot, making it an 8-point game with 1:43 to go. LaMarcus sets the screen, then dives to the basket. I hit him right in stride and he flushes it home. A perfectly executed pick and roll, Brooklyn. That's how it's done. Now, can we get a stop? D-Will goes to the basket and gets rejected, but they recover and get rejected again. Let's go. Kobe grabs the board. For some reason, passes it to Sanders, but Sanders gives it up to Conley. Conley passes to Young. Young takes it one-on-one, kicks it back to Conley, who's open for the three. Gotta bury that. That's just too much space. So picking up at the top of the third quarter, D-Will crosses over Aldridge and gets an uncontested layup. Not the way that we wanted to start it, but that was a nice move regardless. But Kobe comes back and bashes it with the one-handed stuff, giving us the lead once again. Even getting the Kia slam cam on it. I mean, that was kind of nice. But will it be enough to capture momentum? This has really been a yo-yo back and forth game the entire way through. So Garnett tries to back down Sanders and gives him that post work. There is nothing that can be done about that. That was too nice. So what does Kobe do? On the very next possession, he comes down and sets up Joe Johnson and gives him that post work and says, okay, Garnett, I see you. Right back at you, big fella. So let's go, D. Can we get a stop? They've kicked the ball out to Karolinko, and can he dribble the ball any slower into the key? I don't know. That's probably why he lost it, but we'll happily take it. We're off to the races. Dump it off to Conley in transition. Conley goes in for the nice right-handed layup. So we've been chipping away this entire game. Advancing to the fourth quarter now with 1:43 to go. Conley pulls up, knocks down the mid-range jumper. It's a 2-point game. D-Will has the rock, 1:33 to go. Drives in strong, gets all kinds of contact, no whistle. Let's run it. Kobe with the board, looking for somewhere to go, but they kicks it up to Young. Young takes it back, takes a couple dribbles, gives it right back to Kobe at the top of the key. Kobe's dribbling, loses the rock, but picks it back up, dribbles out, squares up his shoulders and lets it fly, and buries the jump shot with Karolinko right in his face. Let's go. That's how Kobe does it. Next possession, Johnson gets rejected by Kobe. Sanders gets the board and then outlets it to a wide open Mike Conley, who pulls up and buries a three in transition, giving us a 3-point lead. But that lead is only temporary. D-Will turns right around and drains a three of his own. So we have a tie game at 88. Clock is winding down. So what do? Give it to the Black Mamba and let him go to work. He turns right around and drains the fadeaway jump shot on Joe Johnson, giving us a 2-point lead and forcing the Nets to use a timeout. So on the inbound play with 23 seconds to go, Joe Johnson drives in, dumps it off to Garnett, who gets an easy layup. That was too easy. I guess the defense decided to take the rest of the night off or something. But anyway, this is the ball game. 7 seconds to go. Kobe has the rock at the top of the key. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, crosses over Johnson, drives in and bashes it home with 1.7 to go. The Black Mamba has come through in the clutch once again, drives by all defenders and dunks it home strong, leaving no chance for overtime whatsoever. So Kobe is obviously the player of the game, and he came through in the clutch in a major way, dropping in 31 points, 7 assists, 3 boards, and 2 blocks, in addition to the game-winning dunk. Let's not forget about that. But anyway, folks, if you enjoyed any part of this video, go ahead and make sure you click that like button, give me a thumbs up, let me know that you enjoyed it. The same goes for dislike as well. If you didn't like it, let me know. Also, you can drop me a comment. Make sure you share this video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. That's my time, folks. I gotta sign off here, so I'll see you in the next video real soon.